Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, I'll be giving my review for Transformers: Rise of the Beasts. Um, Now I've skipped the last two Transformer movies. Um, we used to watch them. She used to really enjoy them. I don't even know if we own any anymore.
I have the first one.
We still have the first one.
Yeah. I
Um,
like the first two, but after that, it was whatever.
yeah, most people after like the first couple, a lot of people just tend to have not liked them. Some not even watched them, like us. Um, but something about this one kind of was was telling me to watch it, and uh, it. I know this is the first one without. I think the first one without Michael Bay. Um, and I kind of knew one of the bigger things that was happening in this one just from the trailer. Not that they exactly gave it away in the trailer,
It was
but
predictable though.
it was predictable, which I'll say what it is when I get into it, just because people have time to watch the movie by the time this gets uploaded. But so I kind of knew one big thing going into this, but it still was an emotional moment for me personally.
Of course it is.
But oh, you being serious on
No,
that?
I mean serious.
Oh, okay. But so um going into this, I'll start out by saying the story. I don't know where this falls in the storyline. I'm assuming this is a sequel to all the other movies. If that's the case, then the storyline is very strange in the fact that the people that they're among don't know they exist, considering we've already had multiple instances with them with the Transformers in past movies, and you think the world would know them by now. Um, but somehow people are still aren't understanding that there's Transformers on Earth. Um, but so that kind of part of the storyline kind of threw me off because it seemed like we were this is a sequel, but then at times it's like, how do they already not know that there's Transformers among them? The humans themselves in this, their storylines, towards the end they get better, but I feel like script wise and the way they done how they gave the line and stuff needed a little work. I think they could have given a little bit more to their roles. Um, I think that the actors relied too much on people just watching it for the Transformers fighting, which I mean, let's be honest, that's what most people are probably watching it for. Um, so I do think they could have been a little bit better in that aspect. Um, this is probably obviously a storyline we've seen before with these Transformer movies, nothing new. Um, and that's pretty much the big negatives in my opinion. So with those out of the way, um, we'll basically just get into all the positives and the other stuff. I thought this movie had really great action. I thought the fight scenes were really well done. They weren't over the top, mostly because of Michael Bay not being involved.
They weren't so crazy you zoned out.
Yeah. Um,
I know that happened to me in the past couple movies.
I think that this movie brought some emotion to it. Which, like I said, I seen it coming when they killed off Bumblebee earlier on in the movie. Um, I saw that coming when we were sitting in a theater. I can't remember what movie we was watching.
What?
When we saw the Transformers trailer in the theater, and I looked over at you and I was like, they cut off Bumblebee in this.
Evil Dead Rise.
Evil Dead Rise. When we was watching that, I could tell when we was watching the trailer, and they got to the big battle scene. I didn't see Bumblebee, and I saw the scene where I think they show where he like has him like holding him up. I leaned over and I said, they're gonna kill Bumblebee off in this. I said he's gonna be dead.
Which I agreed. I knew it was coming.
And sure enough, they kill him off. So.
I want to cry just thinking about it. I have to see the damn movie.
It's an emotional moment having all these movies with him sort of being the comedic role in a way. I mean, there's other characters that are funny, but Bumblebee's kind of that character that stands out the most. I mean, he has his own movie. The character has its own movie. But to see him go early on was sad. But with these new characters, you still had the comedic moments there. Surprisingly, with Mirage, who is voiced by, I believe I saw it was Pete Davidson, he was the funniest character in this, surprisingly. Normally, I'm not a big fan of Pete Davidson, but there's been a couple movies now that I don't mind him in. This is probably his best role, I would say, for me, and it's just a voice role, so maybe he needs to stick to that. But this was had its comedic moments, had great action, had that emotional moment, and then once you get to the end, you're in the moment. You get another big death, which is sad. And then I can't remember the character's name. That's why I'm not saying it. But it's the big falcon, eagle, bird. You get her character killed off, which was sad. And you still get those intense moments, those cheer moments. And then you get kind of the big cheer moment when Bumblebee is revived and they bring him back at the very end. And as soon as you see the power go through the earth, you know he's fixing to be brought back. But even though you know it, as soon as it raises up and it hits, you're now excited and you're happy to see him back to the point where you're almost ready to cry because you're so happy that he's back on the screen. So they basically hit you with two kind of emotional moments with the Bumblebee character. And then, it wraps up, or you get closer to the end, and once it gets closer to the end is when it starts to get a little strange. I don't know what direction we're going here with these Transformers movies, because I'm going to guess we're going to have more. I don't think these will end. But basically Mirage gets killed, sort of. And he's laying there. Our main guy is laying sort of like inside of him in a way, or at least underneath of him. And he finally starts talking to him. Mirage finally starts talking to him. He's like, "You're alive," he says something, but then he ends up becoming like a Iron Man suit on him. And it literally looks like how Iron Man's suit goes on him. It looks the exact same. The whole helmet thing comes up, everything. It reminds you exactly of Iron Man. So that was interesting. I'm like, so we're going Marvel now with this? Like, what is this? I was very confused. That's the first time I've ever seen that happen, where a Transformer can attach itself to a person and make an armored suit out of it. And then you get to the very end, and our main guy is going for a interview, and it turns out that the guy isn't exactly who he says he is, and you find out that he works for the G.I. Joes. So, and they're trying to like recruit him to come work for them. and that they know about. He's saying, you know, that they know about the Transformers. They know that they're there. They know everything. And I'm just like, what? Like, I was so confused. I don't know. I don't know much. I don't know animated wise much about Transformers. Comic book wise, if there's comic books on them, I don't know anything about that. Maybe there's a crossover with the G.I. Joes that I just don't know about. But that confused me, shocked me a little, but intrigued me. Because I'm sitting here thinking, where are we going with this? Why are we going to bring in the G.I. Joes now? We're going to see Snake Eyes. We're going to see all these G.I. Joe characters coming in now to
Don't want that.
fight alongside the uh, Transformers, or the Transformers going to help the G.I. Joes next take down their enemies.
That's just a very weird combo to me.
Yeah, I was very confused. Is it something completely not related to G.I. Joes, but they're called the G.I. Joes? Like, that were, I don't know. I don't know.
The same name.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It left me intrigued.
I can't see them doing that, though, because of the brand.
Yeah.
So to me, it would have to be like the legit G.I. Joes, but that's just very odd.
Yeah, it's very, very strange, very odd, but it left me intrigued. It left me ready for a sequel to see where it's going from here, because this movie for me was really great. It had almost everything I could want. This is probably the best one since the first one. I think that it seems to be getting mixed right now from what I'm seeing, but it's early. We'll see kind of the overall feel for it. But, you know, if you can look past the small flaws with it when it comes to the people aspect of it and the kind of genericness of it, and it's a very fun film, and it works, and it's, like I said, it's the, in my opinion, the best one since the first one, not counting Bumblebee. So, but I ended up giving it a 4 out of 5. Did not expect for it to be that high, just because, as I said, we skipped the last two because they were getting progressively just throwaway movies. But this one didn't really feel like a throwaway movie. I think I could see myself rewatching this and having a fun time with it, taking that emotional ride over and over again, and just having fun and enjoying what this movie brings, and the more toned down action, but still very entertaining and still keeping you on the edge of your seat. So, but yeah, that is everything I believe for my review for Transformers Rise of the Beast. So please come like, subscribe, hit the bell to be notified for videos, and we'll see you all in the next one.